Before we really get going with more complicated, simple material, we wanted to level with everyone a little bit and just check in. Starting just over 10 years ago, which is amazing that it's been that long, Clinically Press started as a podcast and grew, and to at least our standards, was doing really well. We were getting somewhere between 300 and 500 listens an episode. We were much more consistent than we have been, and it was awesome and amazing to have that support. It definitely didn't get to the realm where we felt like we could just do the podcast, but it definitely made the process of working through it and putting it out there well worth the time and the effort. We've had a couple instances in our 10-year history where we went quiet for a while, went a little longer than we wanted it to. We've tried to make a couple comebacks, and more recently over the last couple of years as a nonprofit. After a lot of discussions, we thought this was the way that we could best impact people, feel good about the work that we were wanting to do and put out there, and hopefully really just make a positive impact around all areas of health and nutrition, performance, and everything that we're interested in. We've at this point seemed to become at least sustainable, and in theory, we do a little bit of good. We've been able to get a couple AEDs that we can deploy within local communities. We've donated out almost 30 inflatable cold tubs to schools across the country to help them make sure they can treat any athlete that's suffering exertional heat illness. So really, it's been awesome to do with that. But with that, we want to get back to getting information out there and really trying to make that a focus of what we do. Some people joke about having a certain amount of listeners, and from our best guess, we hover right around 40 or 50 people that have stayed with us through our ups and downs, and if we've actually been able to put out content that on a semi-regular basis. And with that, we want to say thank you for sticking with us. We hope to keep things growing, and as most podcasts do, ask that you share anything that you like and that's really helping you along the way. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, both on here and on YouTube, that is also something that they tell us from all the other podcasts really helps. We want to get there where we can get some passive income going to make sure that we can run our streamlined nonprofit to keep those expenses covered, but then make sure that any of that revenue, minimum 50%, is going out to either purchasing another AED or more cold tubs. Again, we really appreciate people sticking with us. We hope that you find something valuable. We've got a few other things coming down the line that could be really interesting. Our newsletter is free. Each month with that, we put out a research brief just highlighting some of the most interesting research that Dr. Jagum has found over the past month. We're working on some more information and resources that would go to focus on youth sports athletes and everybody who works with them, parents, coaches, strength coaches, athletic trainers. That could be a resource, and we're going to get that out, so please keep your eye out for that. And if that is something you'd be interested in, we try and make it very affordable and accessible so that we can then hopefully, again, become sustainable moving forward with that. So, long story short, thank you for the continued support and listens. And if there's anything we can work on that would help you, well, we want to know that. Leave a comment, send us an email at info@clinicallypress.org, and we'd be happy to figure that out. As always, making the complicated simple through results that give back.